keep it down.
Morning glory and hallelujah, everybody. It is the morning after with Nic and Big J. Welcome to Tuesday. It's the 7th day of October, 2025. My name is Nic. I present to you Radio's Big J.
Yeah.
How you doing, Big J?
I'm all right, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Week off to a pretty decent start.
I'd say so, yeah.
Watched a nice little Monday Night Football game last night, Big J. Were you all happy?
Hut.
Or were you asleep long before the game was over?
Before the game was over, yes.
You weren't able to see the exciting conclusion of the Jacksonville-Kansas City game.
Yeah, it's kind of like fun, like Christmas morning. You know, I'm like, there's a game going on and it's a close game. Or maybe it's not even a close game and I'm going to go to sleep during it and I'm going to wake up and it's going to be a surprise at who won. And I was surprised.
You like that then?
It's fun.
You should fall asleep during more football games.
Well, that would be ridiculous.
Maybe you like the sport more. If it's like Christmas
I
morning,
already like it a lot.
That sounds like a positive thing. But yeah, the Jaguars upset the Chiefs last night. Crazy last play of the game to give them the victory. Trevor Lawrence tripping all over himself or other people's feet anyway, diving into the end zone. Chiefs are 2-3. Man. My God, what's going on? Ravens suck. Chiefs are below average.
We can't last forever.
No. I don't think anybody saw the drop-off coming quickly, though. You know what I mean? Like from good to, god-awful, like the Ravens.
Well, let's wait till the end of the season.
The Ravens have a lot of injuries.
Declare them completely dead.
No, I'm just saying.
That's how you got to do it with these perennial playoff winning the division teams.
No, listen, you don't listen to enough sports talk radio. The world has to be on fire for people to care about.
God, I am so sick of hot take radio. I enjoyed a particular radio show, and then I'm just like, it's every time. It's like the Eagles lost one game, and it's like, what's wrong with the Eagles? And I'm like, you can lose a game during the season. It's okay.
Welcome to the club. I went through this metamorphosis about 7 years ago where I was like, not only do I hate hot take radio, but I also hate that they know that they're doing it for the hot takes. There's no real belief in any of this stuff.
They just want a visceral reaction from a fan base, and it's ridiculous.
It's like it's the same thing that I hate about like morning shows that have a bunch of canned laughter in it. It's just fake and it doesn't ring true to me, and it bothers me.
A crap ton of real storylines to talk about. You don't need to manufacture ones that are clearly manufactured.
That's what gets people riled up, baby. And that's what we use as currency in these days. In this day.
Well, thank God we're better than that.
That's right. We simply bribe you to listen with prizes like In This Moment and $500 a day. So if you want to get in on that action, you have come to the right place. In This Moment is playing tonight along with Dayseeker, Funeral Portrait, Dead. It's going to be a crazy show at the Rev Center. We got you covered a couple times over the course of the show today, so we are excited about that. Plus, we need your help picking on a movie for Big J, streaming Dumbass Style. That's going to be part of the fun. And, of course, additional laughs, surprises, and Big J, maybe a crazy thing or two will happen. Maybe we'll get a hot take out of you before the show's over. Who knows?
Yeah, it won't be about sports, though.
Yeah, probably not. Here come the Smashing Pumpkins, kicking things off here on The Morning After with Nic and Big J on the X-Rocks.
On The Morning After with Nic and Big J.
Some pretty big changes went down last night, Big J.
Oh?
That affects maybe one of the last things to have happened at a pretty large venue here in the Treasure Valley. X-Fest. You're familiar with it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Happens at the wonderful Idaho Center. Agree or disagree?
It did.
And for months, the mayor there in Nampa has discussed the plans to sell the property to the College of Western Idaho. The problem is, for the last several decades, Nampa has owned the Fort Idaho Center collectively as the city, but it has been hemorrhaging money, at least according to the reports that the city has handed things down. So they had a vote yesterday at the Nampa City Council meeting and voted 4-2 to officially transfer ownership of the Idaho Center to CWI. So that means Nampa is no longer in charge of the Fort Idaho Center. That means there is a transfer of power, and that means that the college has a lot more responsibility what gets booked and what doesn't get booked.
Now we kiss their ass.
The Fort Idaho Center, right?
What you're saying.
At the College of Western Idaho. Now, it requires major renovations to remain functional according to the city, so I don't know what those look like or what they need. But basically adds about 100 acres to the school's neighboring campus. College of Western Idaho, if you're not familiar, is literally right next door to the Fort Idaho Center, has been for years. And so now the question becomes, what does this look like with a new owner for the first time in several decades? Because now The College of Western Idaho has to take over the finance, the legal liability, the community benefit. And then there's a bunch of other things that go on there besides just a bunch of concerts, you know? There's a horse park there. There's the arena. All of those things are involved in what happens at the Ford Idaho Center, and now it's somebody else's responsibility completely. And so what does that look like? Who will be in charge? Do the people that we know still have jobs that work there? I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so.
And I don't think they do either. Nampa just wanted this big red mark off of their budget, and they got it, but now it's a whole other world of questions. Will things remain completely unchanged, at least as far as the public is concerned? We really don't know. This is all just a bunch of money talk and trying to get this all figured out. Now we have to figure out what it actually looks like with College of Western Idaho now taking over the operations for the Ford Idaho Center down there in Nampa. So we will see. All we know is the city of Nampa yesterday kind of went, that's your problem now. We're out. Good luck.
Hey, CWI. Guys, ladies, a lot of potential, awesome rock concerts should be there. Way more than we've had. Let's go.
All right. You've thrown down the gauntlet, Big J. Let's see if they answer the call.
Let's help. We're here to help.
If they answer the call. Big J, did you know that flag football is an Olympic sport?
Yep, I did.
It'll take place for the first time in 2028 games in Los Angeles. And the NFL looking to get on that action, baby. Roger Goodell, he's the commissioner of the NFL, said there's interest in both the men's and women's league. And they're hoping to launch official NFL-sanctioned flag football leagues in the next 2 years. He says the demand is there. They're seeing colleagues and colleges in the states and universities internationally that also want to make it part of their program. And he wants to set up a structure and create a flag football league. Big J, do you have an interest in the NFL-sanctioned flag football league?
Not really.
Yeah. I feel like they've been trying to push that on us for a while. And what we have discovered, I believe, collectively as a nation, is you can tell us whatever kind of football you want is out there. But if it's not NFL football, we don't care. Maybe college, but don't be throwing us arena football because that we could take or leave. Don't give us the USFL or whatever other minor league football you want to throw at us because we clearly don't care about that. Even if Big J, The Rock himself, is involved, we do not care. So we'll see how this Saudi Arabia flag football thing goes with Tom Brady and stuff, but we may not care about that either. So that could be a serious litmus test as to whether or not it's got any kind of audience here, because I don't know how successful that's going to be either. Because, I mean, no offense, I don't want to watch Tom Brady play flag football.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you may, but that's okay. You can. But we will see how it all goes and how it all shakes down. But the NFL they want to get it on the ground floor, just in case this thing is going to take off. Who knows if it will or not. Big J, if you are a Walking Dead fan, you may want to listen up, because more than 1,000 props, costumes, and set pieces from the series The Walking Dead are going to go up for auction. We're talking some big things and some little things. Big things like Daryl Dixon's bike that he rides in the show, Big J. Walter King's animatronic body. I may have pulled the plug on the show before that. I don't know who Walter King is.
I don't remember that either.
Heritage Auction said the event is one of the most thrilling they've ever hosted. The series ran for 11 seasons, inspired several spin-offs, including Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. And so we will see how this goes, but they're expecting it to pull in some pretty serious money, and I imagine it will. There's a lot of Walking Dead fans out there. There's no doubt about it. So if you've always wanted a piece of your favorite show, you'll have an opportunity. Check out the Heritage Auctions website, and you can see some of the stuff that is going to be up for grabs. Morning After with Nic and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks.
Here's from the new to the old, we're digging deep into the depths of Netflix. It's Streaming Dumbass on the Morning After with Nic and Big J.
Big J wants to watch a movie tonight. Unfortunately, the power to choose that movie has been stripped away from him, and you, the collective X-listener, must choose the movie that Big J watches tonight. You take over Big J's remote control and hit play on a movie. Here's the catch, though. You don't know what that movie's called. Maybe you do. Maybe you've done a lot of research, and maybe you've memorized every movie that's streaming. Perhaps that's certainly a enviable task. But for the beginning of it, and for most people, we're not going to tell you the title nor the stars of these movies, at least not yet. You are just going to learn the plot of the movies given to us by the streaming platform on which you can find this movie. And so sometimes there's a lot of details, other times there's not. Based only on the plot of these movies, you must select a movie for Big J by texting in movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3 to 208-287-1003. This is a majority rule situation. The movie that gets the most votes on the text line, that's the one Big J agrees to watch. No questions asked. Agree or disagree, Big J?
Agreed.
And I can't see too well. What's the date again today?
Today's the 7th.
Okay. And so what does that kind of make it this time of year?
October 7th?
Which is kind
Spooky
of like...
season?
What?
Spooky season.
Yeah. So how about, Big J, we officially turn Streaming Dumbass into Screaming Dumbass? Yeah! All of the movies selected today are of the horror variety and will be for the remainder of the month. So
let's go.
These are the movies you have to choose from. Are you ready?
Yep.
Movie number 1. A motivational speaker, plagued by an uncontrollable itch on her head, becomes infected with a parasitic demon from her homeland.
Jesus.
Movie number 2. A mother embarks on a perilous quest to rescue her son from a demonic television show. A show that is kidnapping kids. Movie number 3. 2 years after a deadly nuclear spill, the staff of a historic Pioneer Village attraction must work together to survive the attack of a monstrous killer set on revenge. 3 horror movies, Big J. You cannot dispute that, can you?
No.
Movie number 1, that can't be good. Movie number 2, worst show ever. And movie number 3, stupid nuclear spill. These are your 3 choices. Which movie do you want Big J to watch? Text in movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3 to 208-287-1003. We will tabulate the votes, tell you the title of all of the movies that you had to choose from today, including the one Big J will be forced to watch. That's going to happen next on the X Rocks. Hey, those guys are coming to town. We announced that yesterday. Offspring tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. That is The Kids Aren't All Right here on The Morning After with Nick and Big J. Time for the exciting conclusion of Screaming Dumbass for today. And for you to pick out a horror movie for Big J to watch tonight. Big J, have the votes and tabulated?
They have.
Do we have a clear and decisive winner?
Yeah, we do.
Then let's go in reverse order. What movie got the least amount of votes?
I would say this, Nick, it's more about who's the loser here because a couple of the movies are real close there. Movie number 1 only got like 1 vote.
That movie is called Control Freak, Big J. That movie stars Kelly Marie Tran. You may know her from the Star Wars Cinematic Universe.
Oh, yeah.
As well as Miles Robbins. If you are looking about the parasite in some poor woman's head, Control Freak is the name of the movie. You will be able to find that film on Hulu. What movie came in second place?
Coming in second place, movie number 3.
Movie number 3 is called Carved, Big J. That stars DJ Qualls. You may remember.
Yeah, DJ Qualls, man.
Peyton Lee is in that as well. You will find that movie also on Hulu, part of their Huluween, Big J,
Huluween.
if you will. Sounds like you're watching movie number 2.
Yeah.
Movie number 2 is called Mr. Crockett, Big J. That stars Elvis Nolasco and Jerrica Hinton. That movie also on Hulu, and that is where you can find it. So you will be watching the horror film Mr. Crockett. And you will tell us if it is any good, if it passes the Big J litmus test for a movie you should watch during spooky season.
It's a spooky historical look at Davy Crockett.
Not quite. More like Mr. Crockett is a children's show host that is actually kidnapping kids, and a mom has to find the kids. So I wish you the best of luck.
Sounds like the most interesting of the 3, I'll be honest.
What's the matter? You don't like parasites crawling around people's heads?
No, gross.
What's the matter? You don't like nuclear spills?
Nah.
You like kidnapping kids, huh?
Yeah.
Well, then you will be watching movie number 2. Mr. Crockett it is. If you want to play the home game, you'll be able to find it on Hulu, and you can compare and contrast your review to Big J's. Big J's review will be coming our way right around this time tomorrow. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Some important stuff on the way on the X Rocks.
Tough.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff is brought to you by Metzley Sports Bar, Big J.
Yummy!
Be our guest this Friday. It returns this week on the X, 9 o'clock. xrock.com. You can take your internet searching behind to xrock.com. Click the Be Our Guest link and grab yourself $50 to Metzley Sports Bar for just $25, which is a great deal no matter what. And then you take it to one of their 2 Treasure Valley locations, one at Chinden and Linder, the other at Eagle and Amity. And you cash in and get yourself some fantastic Mexican food with a modern twist, along with some great happy hour specials, and enjoy some wonderful live sports as well, all because you took advantage of Be Our Guest Friday at 9 o'clock at xrock.com. So check out Metzley. It's going to be awesome, and you grab $50 for just $25 beginning at 9 while supplies last at xrock.com. Big J, we agree on this. It is spooky season, yes?
Yeah, man.
The Halloween decorations are up at the Big J abode, correct?
Yes.
And so it probably shouldn't surprise you that when they did a ranking of states that take Halloween seriously, Idaho is at the top of the list. For America's biggest Halloween fans, North Dakota is the number 1 state. Delaware is the number 2 state. Idaho is the number 3 state.
Whoa, look at that.
Congratulations.
We got to thank the guy next door. I mean, he makes that happen.
What do you mean?
Our friend Corey next door here.
Oh, yeah.
It's guys like him that are bringing up this, putting us in this list. Like, he's got a Jeep. It's covered in dead skeletons. And if you see that, that's our friend Corey Michaels. And then, there's just so many people in this that get into it. We've got a bunch of listeners who are super Halloween geeks. A guy who used to be in our Morning After Fantasy Football League named Jeremy. He does a huge to-do as well, Nick. I mean, it's, and then you got things like the Haunted World. We're very fortunate.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Very fortunate.
Farmstead. I mean, we don't mess around here. Now, a lot of the reason the comment section isn't very kind to us, Big J.
Well, they can go to hell.
They say it's because there's nothing else going on in North Dakota, Delaware, and Idaho, which is why we take Halloween so seriously. But
that doesn't make any sense.
The reality of it is we buy more candy than any other state out there for Halloween.
So we like to bastards.
We like to be somebody that gives during it. California start planning the earliest. Basically, they start putting things up before the actual summer ends. Tennessee leads in preparation with 17% buying decorations before New Year's. Arkansas residents watch the most scary movies, and New Yorkers carve the most pumpkins, but we take Halloween seriously on a whole. So congratulations to us. Bronze medal isn't bad in that scenario. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Do you have a dream of having 72 teams in March Madness, Big J?
I have a dream. I mean, might have put them all in there and just screw the regular season. I mean, what does it matter?
The NCAA is looking at an expanded version of the men's spring tournament for 2027. A new report says plans are inching closer to what would see a pretty massive expansion of the first 4 games that are played on Tuesday and Wednesday before the bulk of the tournament begins.
Those games. Those are the worst games.
Yes. So now there will be 12 play-in games across 2 days at 2 sites instead of 4 play-in games. If this does get the expansion, now that would give us more March Madness. But yes, truly would mean that essentially like the 15 and 16 teams would be playing in for the right to get into the bracket. Which, again, you can call it a play-in game all you want. It's not the actual tournament until you're in the actual tournament. Which is why I think it's goofy.
This is our fault.
What do you mean?
As fans who, consume whatever, I mean, it's just like, listen, they already know that the tournament's popular, and anything to doing with the tournament gets everybody excited, and there's all kinds of stuff around it. So we give them carte blanche to do stupid stuff like this and then ruin it completely at some point, and then it won't be a thing anymore.
Well, the reality is, yes, it is our fault because they see the dramatic increase in people caring for playoff-based things. Like, it's the same reason why the college football playoff is now a thing. We tune in more when there's really win or go home on the line. Do you know what I mean? It's we like circumstances, apparently.
We want to punish the losers.
Yes.
That's what we want to make fun of them. We want to call them names, and we want to make sure that they know they're losers more than we celebrate the winners.
Yeah,
I think, and that's my fault. I feel like I'm that dude. So my apologies to everybody.
Yeah, but you don't care at all about NCAA March Madness. So I mean, like there's a give and take there.
Sure, but if it was football, I'm like, I would much rather see the Seahawks lose than sometimes my team to win.
Yeah, see, that's a problem.
Yeah, that I totally admit that, and I've got other issues before I get to that for my therapist.
Big J, you are familiar with Ridley Scott, yes?
Yeah, but fantastic director for the most part.
Yeah, he's got his filmography is ups and downs as far as I'm concerned. But he's got some really great ups and he's got some really interesting downs. But if you believe him, all he makes is fantastic movies, and every other movie out there is absolute garbage. He had a chance to sit down with the British Film Institute, and he said that most contemporary movies that come out today are poop, Big J. But he said the S word. You understand? He basically said the quantity of movies that are made today globally, literally millions, not thousands, millions, and most of it is garbage. He blames digital effects for masking poor storytelling, and stating that there's a lot of films today that are saved by digital effects because what they haven't got is great thing on paper first. When asked about comfort films, and he said, you know what? I just watch my own movies for comfort. That's what I like to do. And so, I mean, it's okay. I mean, you can talk about Alien, which is fantastic. You can talk about Black Hawk Down, terrific movie. But then there's things like Gladiator 2, and you're like, oof, magoof.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, I mean, you
quite a few people who like that movie.
Not enough. And it is not very good at all. And despite the fact that there are some good performances in it, it's a pretty bad movie. But Ridley Scott's got some good and some bad in there. But there's a problem if you only like your own stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's not wrong about the movies.
Well,
either.
No, but I think there is a lot of great movies out there as well.
Yes, he's wrong on that part where, like, we just watched one, like, last week.
Yeah.
One battle after another is
fantastic
amazing.
film. And so there's plenty of stuff out there. It's just that you have to seek it out. But yeah, of course but you know what? Any point in time, there were terrible movies that were getting released. I mean, the 80s was chock full of god-awful movies that went straight to cable. The 90s had straight-to-DVD movies. There's all sorts of terrible movies out there. It doesn't matter when you talk about the period of time. It's just a matter of what you like and what you don't like, is what it really boils down to. But Ridley Scott is 87, Big J. He's hit that old man phase where he hates everything. You know what I mean?
Usually they cover each other's rear end, so you think he would say, I only watch Scorsese movies.
Nah, he's just looking out for number one, baby.
Yeah.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We are going to go to hell next on the X.
And we're going to hell. What the hell? The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X rocks.
We are going to Florida for today's We're Going to Hell story.
Florida.
D-Land, Florida, to be exact. Big J, breakups aren't easy, dude.
No.
There's nothing fun or interesting or cool about them. But at some point, like, you have to handle things like an adult, I suppose. You're supposed to, as you mature, understand how things go, and hopefully it makes it a little bit easier on you. But there are certainly ways to go about things and situations that you should find yourself in and shouldn't find yourself in, and appropriate ways to react. Like, for instance, Big J. There was a firefighter, Gabrielle Franz, who works for the Orange County Fire Rescue, that is 37 years old. And recently, she and her boyfriend, who is 40 years old, decided to break things off. But she wasn't really happy about the breakup, right? And so she had been trying to get back together. This had led the gentleman to file a restraining order against the firefighter because he felt like his privacy was being violated. It started becoming ugly and ugly quick. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so hopefully at that point you start to realize, my God, I've got some sort of police action against me. I probably should use that as some sort of wake-up call. Or, Big J, you double down and go all in.
Yeah, she's a stage 4 clinger.
And as the segment is called We're Going to Hell, which route do you think Gabrielle Franz took?
You know what? She said, okay, good. He doesn't want me. I'm going to move on with my life, and the best revenge is doing well.
Wow. I mean, yeah, you would hope so, but that doesn't make for much of a We're Going to Hell story.
No, that's not how this rolls.
People acting maturely and responsibly is not what we have built this on. And so we'll tell you how Gabrielle really did react. Okay. Well, first of all, after she got the restraining order, she then called and texted her boyfriend about 472 times. That's a lot.
Clearly not understanding.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So he had taken those calls and those texts to the police. There's one misdemeanor stalking charge, right? Then she started showing up at his house. Again, he's got video footage of this because everything is on camera once again. And so there's 2 misdemeanor stalking charges, right?
Turn the head up.
Not doing great. Doesn't look good for her at work, working for the fire department, and people are getting involved. It's just not great. She gets suspended from her job. So now she's really mad. And that is when her boyfriend woke up on September 30th and found something in his yard he had never seen before and was really, really freaked out by. It was about 75 tampons that were all over his lawn on the front of his building. And he's like, what the hell? And then he looked closer and they're like, do those have a bunch of red stains on them?
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
And so, after he checked video footage, he saw Gabriel's truck pull up to his house around 11:35 at night. She jumped out of a truck, went into the truck bed, and emptied out a bunch of boxes that clearly, according to police, were used tampons on the front lawn of her ex-boyfriend's house. Police took this footage to Gabrielle and said, WTF, what are we doing here?
What's your problem, lady?
She initially denied knowing even where her ex lived, let alone what that was. But when she was confronted with the video footage, she said, yeah, okay, it was me. But it, quote, wasn't my idea.
It wasn't her idea.
Apparently, it was her mom's idea, and she helped plan the scheme as well, even offering her a couple tampons. I don't know how that works.
God damn, that's awful.
But apparently it was a team effort to dump a lot of used tampons on this guy's lawn. And so police called the incident harassment with no legitimate purpose. They really can't even figure out what the end game was for this. Probably just to make him pick up gross tampons, I guess, would be the end game. But obviously there are now trespassing and littering charges that are being added on to the misdemeanor. She may never fight a fire again, Big J, as far as I can tell. But again, there are mature and proper ways to react to situations. This one, pretty far down on the immature list. Correct, Big J?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Let's not do that, everybody. Morning After with Nic and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X-Rocks. Alice in Chains, Them Bones, here on the Morning After with Nic and Big J. And Big J, maybe you're familiar with this, but prices are pretty high right now, right?
Yeah, they really are.
You go to the store and things are pretty expensive. So you probably shouldn't be surprised that there is some part of the consumer world that is through the roof. And stores are not exactly happy about it. And so you could see some pretty significant changes soon. I'm talking about lenient return policy. Stores have seen a dramatic uptick in what they essentially are calling weekend rentals. Now, if you're not familiar with what a weekend rental term is in the world of retail, it is customers that go into a place, grab something, and then return it 2 or 3 days later for the money that they had originally spent when they used the product, said it was defective, didn't want it anymore, whatever the case may be. Some places have return policies where they don't even ask you. They're just like, hey, listen, if you don't want this anymore, give it to me. We'll give you your money back. And you may expect that to not happen anymore because they're essentially renting the product, they feel like, and they feel like they're being taken advantage of. And stores, Big J, they're in this to make money. Do you understand?
Yeah, I've heard.
And so they're upset with the customers. Apparently, stores for at least for the last calendar year, have started taking notes on the customers that do this on a regular basis and may start with them initially and then rolling out more strict return policies if this does continue. Whether it's buying a TV and then returning it after like the big game, or an air conditioner you return after a heat wave breaks, or an outfit that you return after a party, whatever the case may be. Retail experts and stores say these things have become very, very common, especially with inflation squeezing household budgets. And so they're seeing much larger purchases happen and then be returned a week or so later. Some stores have 30-day return policies, so it's 30 days later. You're using it to the last possible day. You may expect a crackdown on these things fairly soon. So something... maybe you may have to change some of your buying practices if this is something that you do on a regular basis and you return stuff on a regular basis because stores are getting sick of it, Big J.
Yeah.
And I guess that's one of the things that you have to do. Apparently, Costco's at the top of this list. They have one of the more lenient return policies that are out there, and they're thinking about changing this because they are getting hammered really hard on expensive items and then also some seasonal items as well. And so you may see them crack down on this sooner rather than later. So something to keep in mind. I cannot remember, outside of like getting the wrong thing from an online order, I can't remember the last thing I returned. You?
Let's see. Just some stuff that the wife had ordered that didn't fit for me and then returned it.
Yeah.
So other than that.
It's like those kind of things. So it's not something that I experience on a regular basis. So I don't have a lot of issue
I'm not a
with
piece of crap,
Whoa.
and so I don't take advantage of stuff and other people. So, yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't know if that makes you a piece of crap. I think you're working the system, and there's nothing wrong with that sometimes.
No,
But,
I think that's disingenuous, and that karma's going to come to get you.
all right. Take it easy.
Well,
I'm not sure it reflects so
have
much
some goddamn integrity.
on your character. If it happens a lot and you're playing this game and that's all you do, yes, I believe you've got some serious problems. But I think there are people that probably understand this is part of the game and take advantage of that sometimes for their own devices. Agree or disagree?
I don't got time to play any game like this.
No, but some people do.
Yeah, well, maybe do something else with your time.
I mean, some people have to. If this is the extent,
I don't know. I have a
that
lot of
stores
free
are going
time to come up with a way to game the system. Maybe do some other stuff.
This is making you very angry, Big J. I don't know if I saw this coming.
Yeah, I know. I told you today we'd have some hot takes. Here you go.
No, that's right. That's true. If you return items,
hot take sports.
how many items do you have to return to a store before you become a piece of crap in your mind?
With knowing that you bought it and then knowing that you're going to return it, I'm going to say 5.
All right. In a how many? In a calendar year? Or total ever?
Yeah, total.
Okay.
I mean, buying something you know you're going to return when you're done with it is messed up.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever done that.
Well, no.
I've never. But
You're a person with integrity.
I don't know if it's reflected one for one in that particular department, but I will say it's not something that has crossed my mind. But it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, and apparently it's happening a lot. Or they think it is. Maybe that's not even the case. Maybe they're just getting a lot of returns for other reasons.
Well, it could be. Let's be honest, on the other hand, too. Poor manufacturing. I mean, that's a new thing here recently where, a lot of consumers are tired of the idea that a lot of these things are constructed in a way that make them not last as long, and so that you'll have to buy another one.
I have returned large purchases that did not have, like pieces that wouldn't fit or whatever the case may be. That has happened. And then I decided not to buy another one because I was so upset with the way that it was put together.
That's a legitimate purchase.
I've done that.
Upset with the purchase and how it comes out. It's not like you plan to buy something and then use it for a period of time and return it. That's not your plan.
I didn't buy the grill, put it together, use it for a party, and then return it. No. I had 3 pieces that would not get together, and I was like, I'm not buying this piece of junk. I'm taking it back. And I'm not going to buy another one.
I don't want to be those
junk.
people's friends.
All right. Well, then don't tell Big J if that's on your list of things to do. He doesn't want to hear it. Morning
I'll
After
unfriend you.
with Nick and Big J. We got some important stuff and your pop culture smackdown on the way on the X.
Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Big J, the courting process.
Yes.
It can be fun. It can be exciting. It can also be expensive. And according to a new survey, 46% of men say at some point or another they had to dig into their credit card in order to pay for a date. Only about 18% of women say they've had to do the same over the years, but that could be because of lots of different reasons. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what dating is like, Big J, it can be a serious expense. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Especially considering how prices of restaurant meals and bar cocktails continue to rise. Of course, and the dudes, even though it's not necessarily a given in the year 2025, I think guys still feel some sort of pressure to cover the full cost of a date. You know what I mean?
I mean, you should at least be prepared that way.
Sure. And the other problem is, Big J, I don't know, it's been a while since you've been in the courting process, but any relationship usually begins on just a strong foundation of lies. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so dudes are trying to put their best foot forward as far as they possibly can. So usually that means exaggerating a little bit about their financial success. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you go down to a nice fancy restaurant, you get the bill, it's $225, and you go, inside you're screaming and going, Mayday, Mayday, you cannot afford this. What are you doing? But exteriorly, you're like, yeah, no, I got this. Don't worry about it. Don't even trip, dog. And so you throw it on the credit card, and you're like, oh, God, this meal just turned with interest rates and payments. I just paid $400 this day. So dudes are much more likely to overspend while out on dates because, again, they're trying to impress, put the best foot forward, etc. And that makes the money situation even worse. And it's not going to get any better anytime soon. I don't think you can break that particular cycle because I feel like that particular dance has been going on for generations. You understand?
Yes.
And so it's probably difficult to rewire things all the way. And then, I guess the alternative is like, yeah, I mean, Ruth's Chris is nice, but how about we hit the In-N-Out? What do you say? And then see maybe if that's the way the first date goes.
I mean, Ruth Chris would be a first date? Good Lord, man.
I mean, listen, if you can't handle me in my In-N-Out, then how can you handle me at the Ruth's Chris, right, Big J?
Yeah.
That should be the...
I mean, there's an in-between in there, between those options, is what I'm saying.
What, Jakers? What are you talking about?
Yeah, or, Outback.
The Chili's?
Yeah.
They don't have the skill queso anymore, so that's off the list. Big J, are you excited?
Yeah! I don't know what for.
Because the puck drops tonight.
Oh, yeah.
On the NHL season, bro.
October is maybe the best sports month.
They've said it for years.
I mean, you got baseball playoff style going on. You got football. You're right in the middle of the mix. Some, talk of NBA, and then hockey starting up. I mean, that's a lot of stuff going on.
There is a triple header of games tonight on ESPN. The Blackhawks and the Florida Panthers. That will also feature the Panthers rising their Stanley Cup banner because, as you know, the Florida Panthers are the defending champions, Big J. The Pittsburgh Penguins and New York Rangers are next, and then the Colorado Avalanche and the Los Angeles Kings have the night game. So if you have been jonesing for some ice hockey, you can get it on ESPN tonight as the 2025-2026 NHL season is underway. Here's something I never would have thought could have happened in a billion years. 20 years ago, Big J, there was a movie released called Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Yeah.
And it starred John C. Reilly as essentially a parody of all the music biographies that were big in the mid to early 2000s, where everybody was getting a music biography about how hard their life was before they became one of the most successful musicians in the world. And Apatow was like, you know what I'll do? I will actually make a fun of these movies and make a bunch of celebrity cameos and come up with Walk Hard about kind of like parodying the Johnny Cash kind of story, if you will.
Yep.
John C. Reilly was the lead of the movie, and they also had him cut some songs. And now we're 20 years later, and John C. Reilly has announced in the year 2027 he will go on tour as Dewey Cox with the Hard Walkers and perform a bunch of shows to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Walk Hard.
I gotta wonder if, like, him being in that White Stripes video precipitated all this.
Which White Stripes video?
It's not the White Stripes video. I'm sorry, a Jack White song. The Jack White came out like a month and a half ago. It's a very fun video.
Oh, the most recent one.
Yes.
I got it. I have no idea because Jack White was in that movie as well.
Yeah.
So I do not know, but
clearly they're really good friends.
Yes, because Jack White says he wants to re-release the soundtrack on vinyl. He's got his own record company, so that could happen. Now, this is not the first time that John C. Reilly has done this. He did a small tour in 2007, right after the movie came out, because there was a writer's strike, and he wanted people to go see the movie, and he couldn't promote it in any other way, because that would be against the, you'd be crossing, the line. You don't want to do the picket line. You don't want to do that. So he went out and did like a 7-day concert tour to help with the movie, but now he's doing it again in more full form. So who knows what's going to happen, but that's pretty crazy. It's been a while since I've seen Walk Hard. I saw it in the theater. I do remember I liked it a lot when I saw it.
Very funny.
But it's been a while since I've revisited it, but maybe it's time to do so. And maybe we can get a Boise date on the John C. Reilly tour. Would you go?
Yeah.
Enough said. What if it was a Wednesday?
No.
Morning
I
After
got hard rules.
with Nic and Big J. There's your important stuff. Your pop culture smackdown next on the X Rocks.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nic and Big J.
Not on my watch.
Yeah. We have got a fantastic prize because there's a fantastic show happening tonight at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. We've got the Black Mass Tour in this moment headlining, and you have the Dayseeker. You got the Funeral Portrait Dead opening up. So a fantastic lineup of rock music tonight, and this could be yours for free. You just have to get on the horn here and beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown. I believe in you. I know you can do it.
So if you want to get in on this action, you better get on the phone. 208-287-1003. And while you're on your phone, you better make sure you got some pop culture knowledge with you, because that's going to come in handy today if you're going to want to take down Big J.
Apparently.
We try to give you a little bit of a chance, but even sometimes Big J Google fails us all. So if you want in for tonight's show, 208-287-1003. Big J, are you ready?
Yeah.
Then let's go to the phones. Good morning, the X.
Morning,
How you doing, buddy? What's your name?
Joe.
All right, Joe, you're up first. Joe, on what fictional street does Freddy Krueger live out a nightmare again and again and again?
Elm Street.
Right.
That is correct. Big J, what TV show takes place in the fictional city of Dillon, Texas?
Let's go Supernatural.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm not familiar with Dillon, Texas.
A little bit more sports-oriented, this television show.
Oh, Friday Night Lights?
Yeah.
Right.
Friday Night Lights is where the show takes place in Dillon, Texas.
I wonder
Congratulations,
if
Joe.
Supernatural took place. I feel like that's a Texas.
I feel like that's a traveling show. Didn't they go on adventures in different places all the time?
Yeah, you're right.
So, I don't know if it took place in a central place, but Friday Night Lights certainly does. Joe, congratulations. In this moment, tickets are yours. Sometimes it's that easy. Hang on 1 second. We will make sure that you're all set and good to go for this evening's show, and we will do some headlines. They're next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic inside the TDS Fiber Traffic Center on 100.3 The X.
Gowan Road eastbound. We've got a crash.
You are now a better person for knowing this. It's Headlines on the Morning After with Nic and Big J.
Headlines brought to you by Be Our Guest in Metzley Sports Bar this Friday, 9 o'clock, xrock.com. Grab $50 worth of Metzley Sports Bar for just $25 while supplies last. Metzley, passionate about bringing some modern Mexican food to the Treasure Valley. Couple locations to choose from, Chinden and Linder, and then Eagle and Amity. You can enjoy some incredible dining, some live sports, happy hour daily, 2 to 6 p.m., so take advantage and try out a new spot on us. Be Our Guest to Metzley Sports Bar. Beginning this Friday, 9 o'clock, grab $50 for just $25 of your hard-earned money. It's available while supplies last. 9 o'clock, xrock.com. Go check it out. Headlines are as follows. Big J, damn, dude. Didn't see that coming. And fruity frustration.
Damn, dude.
Adam Lopez is a 39-year-old forklift driver from the UK. But he had to be hospitalized with a pulmonary embolism after winning $1.3 million on scratch-off tickets in July. Here's how. Won the lottery, right?
Yeah.
Quit his job and then spent the next 3 months straight partying hard, drinking, illegal drugs, buying things, going to Barbados, living it up. But then Big J, he got so immobile in his high luxury items, he got a blood clot in his leg.
Oh, no.
That spread to his lung. That left him unable to walk or breathe. And so now he's doing interviews saying, hey, listen, the lottery was great. Allowed me to live a bit of the life I've never lived, but I think I went the wrong way about it. And after 8 days at the hospital, they removed the blood clot. He's able to walk and breathe again, but he said this is a wake-up call. He says, Big J, doesn't matter what you do with your lottery winnings, whether you win $1 million, $100 million, $1 billion, $1 trillion, you know what? When you're in the back of an ambulance, none of it matters, bro.
None of it.
So maybe going directly to excess is not the way to celebrate a lottery win.
Yeah. Work your way up to it.
Yeah. Start with the alcohol, then get into the drugs and the trips to Barbados, right?
Yeah.
Not all at once. Didn't see that coming or fruity frustration?
Fruity frustration.
A fire department in Germany has finally found the root cause of a suspected gas leak after making multiple trips to a neighborhood in response to repeated calls from residents. In the end, wasn't a gas leak at all. People kept detecting a very small, strong gas smell, but each time the fire department arrived, they investigated and their meters found no readings of harmful gas whatsoever. In fact, there wasn't even a gas hookup anywhere in the immediate area, but when they responded to the scene the fourth time, they finally figured out what it was: an exotic fruit. A durian fruit, Big J. You ever heard of it?
Yes.
It's popular in Southeast Asia. It is notoriously pungent, and apparently it was on the shelves of an Asian supermarket in the area, and its powerful stench is what resembled the noxious gas. The smell had apparently gotten into the store's ventilation system, bellowed out into the neighborhood, and that's when everybody started smelling gas. And that's not great. Those fruit can't be good, right? If they smelled like that?
Apparently, no.
Like, do you like stinky cheese, or is that even too much for you?
I mean, I don't mind some of it sometimes.
Okay. Would you give the durian fruit a shot or not?
Well, what's the first problem here?
It's fruit.
There you go.
Got it. Wrap it up with, didn't see that coming? How do you know that a crystal ball that you have doesn't work, Big J?
When it stops telling you what's about to happen?
Close enough. If this crystal ball did work, then Yvonne Hannon would have known that she was going to get arrested for stealing it. The 58-year-old woman was busted from shoplifting from a store called Mother's Goodies, which sells crystals, candles, bath bombs, that kind of thing. But Hannon was caught leaving the store without paying for a crystal ball and other items, including some ornaments and some greeting cards. So now she's due in court. Unclear what her punishment should be, but if she had a crystal ball that worked, maybe she'd know, Big J. The one she stole clearly was just a prop and not a real crystal ball. Seems like a bad thing to steal. But now she's learning the hard way. Thou shalt not steal. You understand?
I understand.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There are your headlines. You're up to date on everything. Another keyword coming your way for textual healing. That's next on the X Rocks. That is Learn to Fly here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. God almighty. Time to recap the Morning After Fantasy Football League week number 5, presented by McCleary's Pub. An opportunity for somebody to score an awesome weekly prize package from McCleary's, and also feel pretty good about themselves if you're, of course, Big J.
You're a winner.
Big J, how did week 5 turn out for you, the Travis Swift?
Yeah, the Travis Swifts, Nick, let's just say it was a close one here. But, I picked up Dak Prescott, and it wasn't something where I had, I'm going to pick a real winner here. I mean, it's just a round I needed a quarterback, and Dak Prescott has been phenomenal. Got 30-plus points last week. This week, 28 points. So that is pretty damn nice. Ashton Genty getting another 15 points, even though it wasn't as amazing as the previous week. That's still pretty good numbers. I'll take that. Chase Brown got me a meager 11 points. T. Higgins got 11 points. I'm locked into that. I don't know how I'm going to get out of that with a couple of Cincinnati Bengals.
You're stuck.
It was just poor planning on my part. I threw in Chris Olave this week, and that paid off with almost 13 points there. Travis Kelce, not putting up huge numbers, but pretty decent. 19 points last night really helped put me over the edge as I'm going up against Team Joe Smith. And he had Jalen Hurts, who put up a pretty good game, 19.5 points. Saquon Barkley, 17 points there, almost 18. And then he got a huge game out of Stephon Diggs, 24 points. He got almost 15 points out of Michael Pittman, so his wide receiver core doing pretty good there. But the rest was pretty mediocre, and ended up with him having 104 points. I had 120, so I survive and go to 3-2, Nick.
Congratulations, Big J. Above 500. How does it feel?
It feels real good.
Well,
feels real good, man.
Don't look now, because the hottest team in the Morning After Fantasy Football League happens to be Pickle Nick, Big J.
Pickle Nick!
I have won 3 games in a row. Nobody has a streak like mine, but I had listen, and the secret of my success the last couple weeks has not been any huge, crazy performances, although I've gotten some pretty good numbers out of Puka Nacua. I'm not complaining. That's kind of the numbers that you expect out of a guy that you grab with the number in the second round. So I'm happy with his 24.5 points, but I've had a really balanced offensive attack. Kyler Murray did not have a good game overall, but he's still putting up because of his rushing numbers and his rushing touchdowns. I'm getting anywhere from 16 to 20 points out of a starting quarterback. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
Bryce Hall had a good game. Of course, my MVP has been Warren, the tight end, the rookie tight end for the Colts. continues to put up numbers week after week, another 14th spot for that. But I got a good performance out of the Texans defense. I was happy all the way around. The problem I've got going forward is I've got some injury issues. CeeDee Lamb is already out, although he could be back next week. Hampton now is going to go on IR, the running back for the Chargers, who got me 13 points and have been going off the last couple weeks. So that's a problem for me going forward. But I have some depth on my bench, so we'll see what ends up happening. But I was going up against Matty Ice, and Drake May had a huge game against the Bills on Sunday night, but it didn't translate into fantasy numbers. He only had 12 points despite the win, so that hurt him a little bit. 23 points out of Rashawn White, 29 points out of Jamar Chase, and then 14 out of Pollard and 12 out of their kicker Sly, but just not enough to beat me. I got him 121 to 101, and I improved to 3-2. Poor Matt falls to 1-4. Worst record in the league, but it is still early. Fret not, you're going to be okay. Elsewhere in the league, we had a run and chain on y'all. Got a big game out of Lawrence last night for the Jags, giving him the victory. The 27-point game secured him a 134-109 win over one Detroit, one Pride, all grit. So Lawrence was his MVP for sure. Got a good game out of Devontae Smith as well, the wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. Great game out of Sam Laporta and a 31-point performance out of Jonathan Taylor, but just not enough for one Detroit, one Pride, one grit. So we got a 134-109 victory. 2-4 for one Detroit, one Pride, all grit. And then Run Chain on y'all has the best record in the league, sitting at 4-1. Congratulations to him. Nice game out of Great Bijan, 150 to 136. This was a close one all the way to the end against Team Cult of Josh, but played Sam Darnold. That ended up being a smart play. He got huge points for him. Waddle scored a bunch of points for the Dolphins, and then 18 points out of his tight end and 26 out of Javonte Williams, the running back for the Cowboys. So that's been a good pickup for the Great Bijan. He improves to 2-3. Team Cult of Josh falls to 2-3. Baker Mayfield, Christian McCaffrey, good games, just not enough to put him over the hump and get him the victory. So he'll fall to 2-3. That's a tough luck loss. The highest scorer of the week, that goes to Team Del 2, Nic and Big J 0. 156 with a close victory over Team Dr. Bacon, 156 to 141. That's a tough luck loss for Dr. Bacon, that is for sure. But Dell had great performances out of Kyrie Williams on Thursday night, giving him 31. Another 31 out of the rookie wide receiver, Agbuka, for the Buccaneers. That's a good pickup. He took a flyer on Waller, the tight end for the Dolphins. It used to be a Giant. He almost got 20 points out of him, so it was good. Didn't help that Team Dr. Bacon had an injured player in his lineup, with Bowers, the tight end for the Raiders, was there. But looking at his lineup, he didn't have a tight end on his bench, so he didn't look at the waiver wire, whatever. That could have cost him the game, though, depending on what he would have picked up for this particular matchup. Yeah. So that sucks. And a reminder to set your lineup for you, Team Dr. Bacon. And another reminder to set your lineup to the Deadpool variants, because they had Bucky Irving in their lineup, and he was out, and he'd been out for a while. But again, looking at their bench, the only running back they had was also on bye. So you got to keep an eye on those waiver wires. Pay attention to people, because he only lost by 12 points. That could have cost him the game as well. But Bone Thugs and Charbonnet picks up a 92-78 victory. Kareem Hunt had a good game for him last night. That was the difference in the matchup. So reminder, make sure you're not having injured players in your lineup. It could cost you a victory and eventually the playoffs. But congratulations to Del 2, Nic and Big J 0. He's got himself the highest scoring points of the week and a nice McCleary's prize package coming his way. Congratulations, sir. Big J, who you got next week?
I'm taking on the Great Bijan.
All right, he's been putting up some points the last couple weeks. So
yeah, and I really haven't.
Best of luck.
Pretty mediocre.
I mean, you got some victories, though. That's all that matters.
True.
I'll be going up against the team you played this week, Team Joe Smith 87. So we'll see how that all shakes out, and hopefully I can continue the winning streak going my way. There's a recap of the morning after Fantasy Football League. We got your bad impressions. They're next on the X Rocks.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the morning after with Nic and Big J.
Yeah, we've got some tickets for you here for bad impressions that you're going to be interested in, because tonight is an awesome show at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. In this moment, bringing the Black Mass Tour. That includes them as the headliners. We've got Dayseeker, The Funeral Portrait, and Dead, all part of this show. So it's going to be fantastic front to back tonight at the Rev Center. We'll get you lined up with these tickets if you can figure out the clues and bad impressions.
Last chance for free tickets for tonight. So if you want to go, 208-287-1003. Bad impressions works like this. Big J has 3 clues. Now, each one of those clues collectively and individually revolves around somebody pretty famous. If you can figure out who that famous person is that right today, Big J?
It's a famous brand.
So
not
if you
a
can figure
person.
out who that famous brand is or what that famous brand is in 3 clues or less, congratulations. You're going to the In This Moment show tonight on us, because that's the kind of people we like to be. It just takes a little bit of effort on your part, and I think you can do it. Big J, are you ready?
Yes.
Then to the phones we go. Hello, the X.
Hi,
Hi, who's this?
Denise.
All right, Janine, you're up. Good luck.
Yeah, not a
Denise.
Janine. It's not a
Denise.
Oh, Denise.
Sorry, Denise.
Yes.
All right, not a human being, okay? It's a brand, all right?
Okay.
Every Thursday night, catch some NFL action on our video service.
Another clue.
You want an item cheaper? Just wait for our biannual Prime Day. You'll save big.
What is Amazon?
Okay,
oh,
yeah.
Jeopardy style. Love it, Denise. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with the tickets for tonight's In This Moment show. That is correct. What was clue 3, just for fun?
Not really sure why we're named after the rainforest, but Jeff Bezos is a weird dude.
And why is Amazon in the news?
I don't know who decided to make this a thing, but the Amazon folks have upset many a James Bond fan. Obviously, they acquired the rights to James Bond, and they're planning on making a new movie. Dennis Villeneuve, I can't say his last name right now. He's going to be directing this, but Amazon Video decided that they went ahead and check out all the guns, Nick, of all the posters for the James Bond movies. And people started to notice that, hey, what are you doing there? That seems weird. What is this all about? And then they're like, oh, people noticed. Oh, what do we do? And then they took all of them down. And so I'm not sure what's going on here or what's going to happen at this point, but the company declined to comment. Fans expressed concerns about the future of the franchise under Amazon's ownership, which we've all kind of been feeling anyway.
It's a weird move, just because they don't seem
Who
to have...
asked for it?
Well, they don't seem to have any problems with guns in any other property that they have promoted and put together on their platform. It's very, the Terminal List, there was never a problem for any of it. So it's very strange that this is the move that they've made, unless it's without their knowledge and then they're trying to figure out what to do. But it doesn't seem like it would be.
Yeah, here's the thing. Unfortunately, part of what James Bond is, he has a license to kill. And he kills with firearms. So it's like, you've already... I get it going forward if you want to have a lower key kind of branding. But, to go back and take that stuff out in those elements in the past is just ridiculous.
Well, again, but I think I would certainly wouldn't be for it. It seems silly to change history, but it would make sense to me if this was purchased by Disney, right? They've done it with E.T., they've done it with other things. They've changed stuff around to make it a little bit more family-friendly. Amazon has got strings of successful rated R things that have all sorts of violence and different ways of doing it. It's a really weird play to me.
My only thing is I can even see is that, a lot of the social media platforms, for whatever, on their community guidelines are 100% anti-showing any type of firearm. And that makes things difficult sometimes for people who are in that part of the universe when it comes to movies or even their livelihoods. Maybe they work for a gun manufacturer, etc. It just so maybe that has something to do with it. But either way, it's pretty lame, and I'm sure they'll find out here real quick not to do that again.
I'm sure they'll be back, and that's how, and everybody will forget in 2 months. Morning After with Nick
won't.
and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We wrap up the show here next on the X-Rocks. Howdy, Stap. That is Dead Man's Trigger. Wrapping up the Morning After with Nick and Big J on this Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Lots of votes came pouring in today for Big J to watch the movie Mr. Crockett, and so that's exactly what he is going to do on Hulu tonight. Report back tomorrow and let you know if that's a creepy, scary, spooky movie that you need to watch and add to your Halloween watch list as you get ready for the month of October, just like the rest of us are. Also had a chance to give away some last chance tickets to In This Moment tonight at the Rev Center. Those of you going have a absolute blast and enjoy the show tonight, but that does leave you with the floor, Big J.
I'm confused. I don't know what has happened, Nick, but for whatever reason, also today is National Taco Day. I don't understand.
That doesn't make, it was just, you just brought that up last week.
I know. These guys can't get their national days straight.
So which one is right? Do you think today or the one last week?
Well, today would make most sense. It's Tuesday.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, because I would think that taco would fall on like maybe the first Tuesday in October or something like that. Or the second.
October
Who knows?
Means tacos. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. But will you be celebrating tonight then?
I don't know. I had a Hot Pocket for dinner last night, so.
You're feeling real food depressed right about now?
It's been just, one of those kind of weeks, man.
What kind of Hot Pocket was it, at least?
Just the classic pepperoni.
Got it. You didn't get crazy with it?
Nope.
How do you prepare your Hot Pocket? Oven, stove, air fryer?
Microwave.
Oh. Shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. That is it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Jason Drew's up next. It's EX Rocks.